This next bead I'm going to make is will be made out of Calico2 glass. These are 3 of the Calico2 canes. You can see the difference in coloration, and in fact one of these is different. This particular one, the color is different just on between one side of the rod and the other. You can see there's a translucent greenish color on part of it, whereas the other part is just transparent amber. Now, unfortunately, I just dipped this mandrel and heated it while the bead release was still wet, and it looks like it may be flaking off, but I'll give it a try. If I lose a mandrel, someone's going to get a plant steak. Because of the bead release issue, I'll try and make a quick round bead and show one of the ways I use to vary the color in these, since the round beads can be, at least for me, the most challenging to get different colors, mainly because they're small enough that it's hard to vary the heat too much from one part of the bead to another, and the variation in heat is the main way to vary the color. And now challenge number 2 is that working out here on the back porch, the wind is picking up, so this should be interesting. Blowing off some of the bead release that's flaking. And maybe I'll be lucky if I get this one off the mandrel. Okay, as you can see, the glass as it went onto the mandrel was a combination of clear, went on clear and kind of a milky opaque color, and as it cools it's turning darker, going to amber. Now, one way to vary the color, which I've shown in some of the other videos, is simply by spot heating so that different parts of the bead have a different thermal history, and in silver glass that will cause the color to change. You can see where I've heated has gone blue and green. Now I'll try and stay away from that part of the bead, hit the darker ends, the ends that are still cold or colder, and because of that, still dark, I'll hit the ends with a flame. And unfortunately I wasn't paying attention. That flame was a little too reducing, so you can see that part of it has reduced to a tannish color, while part of it has gone blue. The tannish color is generally an overstruck color. Now I'll heat the entire bead, warm everything in, and that should as it cools, show some of the color differences. See it going back to a milky blue as it cools, but well, just to make me look foolish, the bead is not cooperating and not doing what I expected. The places where I spot heated have, well, they've disappeared pretty much. There's a slight, well, actually I can see a slight shadow of where it was spot heated. Primarily the zones around the spot heating, but it certainly isn't obvious. So I'll try another, using the same cane I started with. I'll try another method of varying the heat, which is adding some dots and then melting those in. Now, in reality, if I wanted to, I could give this a light heating to strike those dots, let it cool, and I'd actually have a decent looking bead. But I'm not smart enough to do that. So I will now heat the whole thing in and see if this will make me look foolish again by not doing what I expect and giving me a pattern, a color pattern, as a result of the dots I added. If it doesn't work, and I still post this video, which I will, some people will probably wonder why I was stupid enough to do that. And the reason is that in order to help others understand what's going on, it's not good just to see what always works. Sometimes the mistakes are good to see as well. Well, fortunately this time it looks like it's cooperating. As it cools, you can see the dots are a darker color than the background glass. I'll just give that a quick light heating. And the background glass is striking more than the dots and creating a color pattern between them. The Calico2 is a very fast striking glass, so it's good to be aware of that and to be careful about how much heat one applies when doing the striking. It's pretty easy to get it to